Scholars! Today we're going to be talking about taking the outline that you did yesterday in your Oreo opinion outline and turning it into a rough draft. Okay? So there are going to be two main goals today when we're creating our rough draft. We want to organize it into a paragraph with a clear opinion introduction, body, and conclusion. And we want to use transition words. Okay, so I went ahead and wrote a couple of things in pink to remind you of what to do when you're trying to make sure to organize your paragraph. First of all, you want to indent your beginning sentence. So you don't want to write it all the way at the edge of your paper. You need a 2-finger space to create that nice big space called an indent at the beginning. Okay, the rest of your lines can start at the edge of your paper. In addition to this, to organize it, you want to make sure you start with your opinion. Then we know in the middle go our details of the paragraph, which are going to be your reasons and your examples. Reason, another example, a reason, and another example down here. Okay, so you should have 3 reasons, 3 examples in the body of an opinion paragraph. Okay, at the end, it starts down here. You want to make sure when you do your opinion paragraph, you're ending with a conclusion. That conclusion is going to be where you say your opinion again and you make it clear. So I'm going to go ahead and also show you that in purple, I've underlined types of transition words that you can use when you're writing your opinion. So you can start with "in my opinion," and then give which app you think is the best. Then you give one reason it's the best, so say one reason, and an example to go with that reason. Okay? Then another reason, and an example to go with that reason, using the words "for instance." Then one last reason, and then another example to go with that reason, using the word "so," okay, to go with your last reason. Then at the bottom, I chose to use this word. I chose to ask my reader a question, okay? So this is all going to make a little bit more sense if we read it out loud, just so you can hear what a professional opinion paragraph might sound like, okay? So this says, "In my opinion, Raz-Kids is the learning app that is the best. One reason I enjoy this app is that the book room has so many different books to choose from." So that's my first reason, and then here I'm going to give an example that goes with that last sentence and gives it more detail. For example, the book room lets me choose from hundreds of different books, so I am never bored. Another reason that I love Raz-Kids is that I can read fiction and nonfiction books. For instance, I have read one book on the app called Stone Soup, and a nonfiction book called Martin Luther King Jr. This example goes with my last reason because I said I can read fiction and nonfiction books. Stone Soup is a fiction book example. Martin Luther King Jr. is a nonfiction book example. And then I finish up my details in the body of my paragraph with my last reason. One last reason that I love this app is that you can have the book read to you. So if I'm having trouble reading a word, I can hear it. That was my example of why I think it's a good thing that the book can be read to me. Because when we're having trouble with words, it's good to hear them. So my example went with my reason. Then to finish it up, I want to make a really, really strong conclusion. And how I do that is I remind them of what my opinion was in the first place. So I said, I want to go on Raz-Kids right now. Don't you? So when we write a conclusion for an opinion paragraph, it's very, very powerful if you can remind them of your opinion by restating it in a different way. So like at the beginning, I said something like, "In my opinion, Raz-Kids is the best learning app." And then I reminded them by saying that I want to go on it right now. And we did a call to action. So So I said, don't you also want to go on it right now? Didn't I convince you of how great this app was? So that's called a call to action because it's trying to make your reader or your audience get to do something that you wanted them to do, or get to agree with your opinion. That's kind of why we write opinion ratings. We want them to see our perspective and to understand what we're thinking or feeling. So I hope you have fun writing this paragraph today. I'm really curious to know which app is your favorite. Remember, you can choose Prodigy, you can choose Seesaw, you could choose Raz Kids, MobyMax, and there was one more I wrote up there that will be on the assignment. You can choose that one too. iStation. There we go. All right, have fun with this. Can't wait to see what you come up with.